Today we're going to be making fettuccine Alfredo. So for this you're going to need a half a cup of butter. You're going to need 1.5 cups of heavy cream, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and 2 cups of Parmesan. I'm going to be mixing Parmesan with Asiago, but you're going to want to grate this. So you're going to start grating your cheese. This isn't going to be like some bullshit. Now to begin with, we're using aged Parmesan cheese. This is Frigo 10-month aged Parmesan cheese, and we're going to grate this. We want 2 cups of Parmesan cheese. Now I'm going to be mixing Parmesan with Asiago, which is going to be grated. You don't have to do that. You just need 2 cups of grated Parmesan cheese. So you're going to take the cheese and you're going to grate it. So we're going to actually take cheese and begin grating. Now I personally try to err on more than less, so I might go slightly over the 2 cups. That's on you. If you want to do an actual measurement, you can. Sometimes I eyeball it. But again, we're going to 2 cups of grated Parmesan. I'm going to mix a little Asiago in there. I think it looks good. Now we're going to mince up this garlic right here, and then we're going to measure out 2 teaspoons of it because we need 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Alright, now realistically, this right here, this is the star of the show. These are morel mushrooms. And what we're going to do with these is, first you want to soak them in salt water overnight, rinse them off, and now I'm going to cut them into strips. We're going to come back to them later, but I'm going to cut them into strips for sauteing. So these will be sauteed at a later step. Now after you get your morels cut in half, they should look something like this. They'll be hollow throughout the entire morel. It's connected at the bottom, not the top. Make sure of that. I actually found these from my secret spot where I get morels. They're in season. They're popping up. These are from yesterday, and we're going to use these later. But I just want to put these to the side. I'm using a little paper towel to dry them off, and we're going to focus now on the Priano Fettuccine Alfredo, which is actually imported from Italy. I believe it's used as water from the Italian Alps. You can always make your own fettuccine, but I don't have a noodle maker, so we're using the organic fettuccine from Italy. Now once you bring your water to a raging boil, you're going to add a little bit of salt and your fettuccine Alfredo. This I'm going to cook it 10 to 12 minutes. It'll vary depending on your pasta. Alright, so we're going to start with a half a cup of butter. This is actual Irish butter right here that I'm throwing in here. And then we're going to do 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Now we're gonna heat this together for a few minutes, and once this gets nice and blended together, I'm gonna add in the seasonings, and that will cook for about a minute. And after I add in the seasonings and let that cook for about a minute, we'll add in the Parmesan Asiago cheese blend that I mixed earlier. Alright, so I'm going to use more of this Irish butter, and I'm going to begin sauteing the morel mushrooms. Again, these are fresh morel mushrooms that I harvested yesterday. So these are native indigenous mushrooms, and here, let's get you a little close up on them. And we're going to get those in this to be fried down. Now we're going to start frying these a little bit earlier than then we'll throw in a little bit of shrimp. The shrimp cooks fast, so we don't really want to overcook the shrimp and have it rubbery. So we're going to let this saute and get the butter in it for a little bit. All right, so we added some shrimp in there with the morels. I threw in a little bit of onion powder and Italian seasoning on that to give it a little extra flavor. Like I said, there's the Irish butter in there. We're going to take that off the heat, so I turned the flame off on that. And now, when you remember, we measured the 2 teaspoons of garlic that we minced up, the salt, pepper, and Italian seasonings. I'm going to pour that in here now. And we have to whisk this consistently. Like, I got to keep whisking this for the next 2 minutes. Alright, so we've been whisking and cooking this to cook the garlic down. The garlic is now cooked down, and now for the final step, I'm going to add in the Asiago Parmesan blend that we made earlier. Now this is going to be stirred in. I'm going to add a little bit at a time, and now I have to continue stirring it until this completely melts. So this is the effort-consuming part, because you have to literally stir this the entire time. I can't stop stirring this until it becomes smooth, which it will, but it will take time. So now we're in the final step.